All right, so let's talk about some of the most common ways that you are going to get washed out or fail SFAS or selection or really any soft school. It's going to be the same across the board for the things I'm going to talk about. So there's the obvious ones everyone knows. You know, you fail physical events such as the PT test or ruck or run, or you fail land nav, whatever. Obvious. Some of the less obvious ones and more common ways that you can fail selection are going to be things your peers see you do or the cadre see you do. Okay, so I'm going to go over some of the big ones that you guys need to make sure you commit these to memory, otherwise you will get dropped. I can guarantee it. Okay, number one, and this one, I watched this one get so many guys. You cannot be arrogant, right? I watched a litany of E6 Rangers from Ranger Battalion get dropped specifically because of this one, guys. You have to be humble. You have to be a team player. And guys, you just need to be you got to be somewhat likable, right? You don't have to be a goody two-shoes type of guy, but be friendly, guys. Don't be a jerk to people. And it's not just your peers that are going to see them, it's the cadre. And they're looking for this, guys, because you have to understand, we work on small teams, a small 12-man team. And some of the times, I mean, I was on the same team with the same group of guys for upwards of almost 3 years. And you are spending all day, every day together, especially when you're deployed, living together, confined quarters. If you are arrogant and a miserable person to be around, nobody's going to want you on their team, right? So cadre are looking specifically for that, guys. I don't care if you've got 3 combat deployments with Ranger Battalion. If you're an arrogant jerk to the people around you, you're going to get dropped. I guarantee it, 100% chance, right? A lot of people don't realize that when they're going in, that's a huge, huge pitfall. So guys, be respectful to everyone. I don't care if you're an E7 and there's an E3 in the course, be respectful, okay? And especially to the cadre, guys. I cannot tell you how many prior infantry and Ranger Bat guys I've seen argue with cadre, and you can't win that fight, guys. You're gonna get dropped, okay? Number 2 is, guys, not carrying your weight, your own weight, right? So you see this a lot when people start to get tired and they're dragging, especially during team week, right? Where you might think like, oh, I'm just gonna not carry the heaviest thing and nobody's gonna notice. I can promise you guys, everyone is gonna notice. You always can find the guys that sort of are giving up or trying to take the easiest part of the event, or, you know, carry the least amount of weight. Everyone sees it, guys. There's no hiding it. There's no avoiding it. You just have to be, you know, for example, when I went through, I was an 18 X-ray, so I was brand new with no military experience at all. Really, one of the only things I had to offer was that I was really big, really strong, and I could carry a lot of weight, and that can take you a long way, guys. So do your best and do not be the guy who is trying to skimp on carrying heavy weight, because your peers will see it. Cadre might not see that one as easy, but your peers will see it and they will hammer you for it, right? Okay. Next one, guys, is, you know, there's a lot of talk about being the gray man, or should I be really vocal and be a leader? It's hard to really give great advice, right? You kind of don't want to be explicitly any of those things, right? You don't want to be the guy who's always trying to force his ideas on others, right? Because that's going to get annoying, even though you're demonstrating leadership. You also don't want to be the gray man who never says anything and is just hiding in the corner, because cadre are going to see that, right? And that looks like a guy who's lacking confidence. Okay, so just some things to think about, right? With that one, you see this a lot from some of the more experienced guys, prior service guys, high ranking guys, and that is that they don't want to listen to anybody else's ideas. This is really big in like team week and the Q course guys is, you know, they don't want to listen, and the officers as well. They don't want to listen to the ideas of an E3 or an E4, right? Because those guys have no experience. But where that can really be a hindrance is, you know, one, with your peers. It's going to kind of come off again as that arrogant type of attitude. And, you know, the cadre want to see that you can work as a team, right? And on an ODA, you know, when we do mission planning, everybody's at the table, whether you're an E5 junior or whether you are 7 years on the team senior. You have the same valid input as everybody, right? So don't be the guy that is forcing his idea on everybody, all the time, right? It's good for you to have good ideas, bring them up. But if your team wants to go a different route, just let it happen, guys. Whatever. Or if somebody else has an idea and you think it's a stupid idea, don't be the guy that says that's a stupid idea, we're not doing that. Just go with it, guys. Who cares, right? Like, it's gonna suck, you're not gonna do very well, right? But you were a guy that was a good teammate that supported your team, and when it all falls apart, no one's gonna point the finger at you anyway, right? They're gonna point the finger at the person with the bad idea. So it's only beneficial to you to sort of just go with the flow. Again, this comes back to just being a humble, respectful, just a good dude, man. I can't tell you how important it is to just be a good dude, man. Like, again, guys, it's easy to tell people, oh, just be good at rucking, right? Be good at land nav. Be able to carry a lot of weight, duh, right? Everybody knows you got to be able to do that. It's a lot harder when it becomes incredibly stressful for guys to maintain that respectful, teammate style attitude, especially in things like team week where everybody's tired and they're distraught, and you start to see the ugly side of guys' personalities come out. So if you catch yourself doing that at selection when times are getting tough, just kind of stop yourself, take a step back, and sort of just go with the flow. Okay, guys, so again, I can't tell you how many super experienced, combat vet, Ranger bat, 82nd Airborne guys straight up just get axed for their attitudes. Okay, so I hope that helps, guys. I hope that that gives you a little bit better insight into things you should be looking out for, and how you should be conducting yourself while you're at selection. And also, guys, I just started a Patreon where we are going to be starting a community where we're going to talk about this exact type of thing, right? For all the guys getting ready to go to SFAS, talk to a lot of guys that have gone to selection, that have been selected. I've got guys I'm mentoring that are in language school and are about to get the group. So if you are one of those guys who's in the pipeline or getting ready to go to the pipeline, think about coming and join the community. You have direct access to me. I'll give you any and all information I have and I can to help you guys out. So check that out. Links in the description. And good luck with selection if you're headed there. Also, almost forgot, guys. So the Patreon, we're going to be doing cool exclusive videos on stuff like we just talked about. But I just launched a Discord as well, which would be a cool place for community for you guys to be able to ask questions there. So we got a lot of cool stuff going on. So links in the description for both those. Come join the community. Thanks.